Welcome to KBM Sports Talks. I'm Kevin, and today we got our Premier League table prediction. This year, there's a lot of great teams, and also would love if you guys would hit that like button. The goal for today's video is to get to 4 likes. Hit that like button. Also, you guys, hit that subscribe button and join the KBM Sports Talk family, you guys. You won't regret it. And now, let's get into the video, you guys. So, finishing in 20th position, I have Brentford. This is Brentford's first time in more than 75 years in the Premier League. Wow, that's a long time, you guys. That is a very, very long time, and it's an amazing thing too. But I don't think it's going to last that long. I think they will be going back down to relegation. But, you guys, Brentford has built a great squad. They have been building slowly and have been building very nicely. And I love what they're doing. So they will be back, not next year, because they'll be down in the Championship again. But after that, they will be back up in the Premier League. I promise you guys that. They have a great future, and they're going to stay in the Premier League. Not this year, not next year. The year after that, they will stay Premier League for a good amount of time, if they keep their players and they keep doing what they're doing, because they're doing a great job. But now we have also getting relegated. We have in 19th place, we have Southampton. Last year, Southampton finished in 15th place. But this year, they did lose Danny Ings. They lost their center back. They lost a lot of players, you guys. Really good players. They lost their best scorer, which was Danny Ings, and that's a huge blow. So they lost a lot, and they don't have a lot to build off of. They don't. So I say that they're going to get relegated with Brentford, go back into the Championship League, even though they've been in the Premier League for a good amount of time. But I think they're going to go back because I don't think they have the squad to be able to compete in the Premier League this year, especially with losing all those players. And I wouldn't be surprised if they finished in 20th. But I think 19th is where they finished. And now we go to 18th position. The last team that will be getting relegated this year is Crystal Palace. And you guys, this one matters. It does and it doesn't. I'm 50-50 on it. So the transfer market ends the 3rd in September. Ends the 3rd September, I believe. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. But with all that going on, what that means is teams can still make moves and buy people, sell people as the league's going on. Yes, the Premier League already started, but they can also, teams can still make moves. So Crystal Palace has Zaha still on the team. Even with Zaha, I still think that Crystal Palace will be getting relegated because they don't have nobody else but Zaha. They don't have a great team. They let everybody go. Zaha's the only one that is still there, you guys. So I think Zaha is the glue that's going to hold the team together. But I don't really think it's holding nothing together because I think they're going to get relegated no matter what. And especially as Zaha leaves, I think they may be a battle between Southampton and Brentford for last place. And then that is why I think they're going to finish 18th. And now we go to 17th. Who I think is going to finish in 17th is Norwich. Because, and this is Norwich is back up. They were promoted this year. They were in the Championship League champions last year and they got promoted up with Norwich, you guys. They had the same team as they did not 2 years ago when they were in the Premier League, and they had probably one of the worst seasons in Premier League history, one of the worst. And they have the same squad. Pookie's still up there. They still have the same. They really do. They really do have the same squad except for a couple players. But I think that the teams Southampton and Crystal Palace aren't going to be able to compete with Norwich. Norwich has a good amount of experience. They really do have some nice experience. So that's why I think Norwich will be staying out of the relegation zone, but they can slip back into the relegation zone. Brentford may be that team. Yes, I haven't predicted 20th, but they may make it out of the relegation zone to not get relegated because they do have a pretty decent team. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think they will, but they may be able to make it till next season in the Premier League. Who knows? But I still think they're not going to. I think they're going to finish 20th. I think Norwich is going to finish right outside the relegation zone in 17th. And now we go to 16th place. I have Watford. Watford I have in 16th because just like Norwich, they have the experience. and they have nice strikers, and they have a pretty decent midfield, and I like their backs. They have some pretty decent backs here and there, and I like how their team is built. So that's why I think you guys, they are going to be staying in the Premier League and not getting relegated, because they did just come up, like Norwich and Brentford. I think Norwich and Watford will be staying up, even though they just got promoted. I think they're both going to be staying up. I think Brentford is going to go back down, though. And now we go to 15th place. In 15th place, I have Burnley. Burnley last year finished in 17th place, so they are right on the brink of getting eliminated or getting relegated. So, Burnley's one of those teams, they always have a run. They start off very slow. They really do start off really slow, you guys. Very, very slow. And then they go on these runs where they draw, they don't lose. They go on an 8-9 game run where they draw, win, and they get themselves far enough to not get relegated. And I think that they're going to do the same thing this year like they did the last couple of years. They always do it. They always look like they're going to get relegated at the beginning of the season, and then like midway through the season, they hit a groove where they just are unstoppable, and they will not lose a game. And I think that's what's going to happen again, because they've been doing it the last couple of years. So I think that they are going to do the same thing they did the last couple of years, and I think this time they're going to move up and finish in 15th place. And now we go to 14th place. And also, you guys, I think 13th, 14th, and 15th are going to be a very close battle to see who gets there. That's what I really think those guys are going to be battling, 13, 14, and 15. And then we go to 14th place, which is Newcastle. Newcastle, I said, is going to finish in 14th. Last year, they did finish in 12th. They will be moving back, get back to positions this year, I think, because they are an older team. They didn't make a lot of moves to enrich the youth in their team, so I think that's what's going to run into. I think that they will be finishing in 14th, but I think they could finish in 13th or 15th. They're so close to these three teams, it's not even funny. And now we go to 13th place. Finishing in 13th place, you guys, I have Brighton. Brighton is going to finish in 13th. I said because they lost a lot of players, but they also signed 2 or 3 players that are very good that are going to help them. So that's why I think that they are going to finish in 13th, ahead of Newcastle and Burnley, because of what the moves they did. But they did lose a good amount, you guys. They really did. And I know last year Brighton did finish in 16th, so they will be moving up 3 positions, you guys. And that's a big jump for Brighton, and that's a big thing for Brighton as a whole club. And I think that if you're a Brighton fan, you are really looking forward to that if that happens. But they also could be in 15th or 14th. That's how close Brighton, Newcastle, and Burnley really are. They're so close, so close together for overall. And now we go to 12th. 12th, from 7th to 12th, you guys, is going to be a very big battle. I think 10, 11, 12 are going to be a good battle, and I do think 6 to 12, or 7 to 12, you guys, is going to be a big battle. It really is. The midfield, the top of the midfield is going to be a very close battle. There's going to be a lot of teams battling. But at 12th place, I have Wolves. Yes, last year Wolves finished in 13th, so they will be moving up 1 position. But I just think that the only thing is with Jimenez, yes, he's coming back. I know that. But is he going to be the same player that he was before his head injury? That phenomenal goal scorer, I don't think he's going to be. I think he's going to struggle a lot. I think he's going to have a very hard time with getting used to back into the groove in a way. So I think that he's going to struggle, and if he struggles, that means Wolves is going to have a bad season just like they did last year. And they really haven't made moves. They have not made moves in the transfer market, but there is still time for them to make moves, so they may go and make some moves, and I cannot wait to see if they make moves, because they may be able to slide into the top 10 if they make some good moves. But for right now, they are in 12th for me, because I don't know how Jimenez is going to do after that head injury. And now we go to 11th place. In 11th place, we have Everton. Everton is going to finish in 11th because I think that they have a good squad, but I just don't think that the teams ahead of them, I think the teams ahead of them are just going to, I think it's going to be like a last day point from the team that's going to finish in 10th. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Everton's going to be in 10th, and then they're going to slide right back down. And I think that's what it's going to be. That's how close these teams are, you guys. I think it's going to be a point difference for all these teams. And Now we go to 10th. We go to our top 10, you guys. In 10th position, you guys, we have West Ham. Yes, last year, West Ham, you guys, finished in 6th place. Yes, I do know that, you guys. They had a great year last year. But, you guys, the problem is with West Ham is that they are in the Europa this year. So, that means that they're going to have to compete at a high level in Premier League and in the Europa. I don't think they're going to be able to do that, you guys, because they don't. If one of their players gets injured, they don't have great depth like most other teams, so they can keep producing like other teams are. I don't think they're going to be able to. I think they're going to get tired out, and I think that that's going to hurt them in the long run because they are they're not that bad on depth, but I don't think they have enough depth to be able to go both in the Europa and in the Premier League. I don't think they will. So that's why I said they're going to finish 10th. Now we go to 9th place, you guys. In 9th place, I have Leeds. Last year, Leeds finished in 9th place, and I think they're going to finish in 9th place again, you guys, because they have a great team, but they just haven't really. They're another team like Wolves. They didn't make a lot of moves, you guys. I like their squad, and I think they will finish in 9th again. I think they have a nice, exciting squad that will stay in 9th. I think they do got to make some moves, but I think 9th is the position they're going to stay in. And now we go to 8th, which is Spurs. Spurs, you guys, I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with this, but if Harry Kane leaves, I'd say the Spurs finish in 8th place. Yes, they have a good team. Yes, they have a really good team. But if Kane leaves, I think that's going to cause something in that locker room that's going to hurt. And I don't think that they're going to be able to finish higher than 8th. They haven't made moves the last 2 years. They really haven't. So I think that's the biggest problem. They don't have any moves like in the makings, except for Harry Kane leaving. But they're going to get a lot of money for him, so they may go and make some moves. But it matters when they move Harry Kane, if they move Harry Kane. So that's something to watch out for. If they keep Harry Kane, maybe they can battle for 6th place. But I think that they will be in 8th place, I think no matter what, in my opinion. If you guys think differently, tell me in the comments. I would love to know. Now we go to 7th. Who I have finishing in 7th is Aston Villa. Last year, Aston Villa, you guys, did finish in 11th. So this would be a huge jump for Aston Villa. 7th place, 4 positions. And you guys, I said Aston Villa is going to finish there because of what the players they got for that Grealish. They got rid of Grealish, and they got a lot of money for him. And now they go out and they get these players that help fill in spots that they need and help get some youth players and get some players that are really going to help them. And I love what they did. That was a great move by Aston Villa to go and do that. I love what they did. I think it's a very smart move what they did, how they did it, because now they have a great squad to play with, and they made the right moves with the money that they got for Grealish, and I love that because they didn't shy away from going to get players that are going to fill in their spots and go and get some young guys and some old guys, some veterans that are going to help and mesh well together. And I love what they did, and I hope that it pays out in the end and they finish in 7th because they have done a really good job in my opinion. And now we go to 6th place, you guys. In 6th place we have Arsenal. I said Arsenal is going to finish in 6th place because they have a good squad. Yes, you always hear stuff about Arsenal is a hit or miss. They are a really hit and miss team. Sometimes when they get in the match, they are Man City like. But then they get games where they stink. They are terrible. They are literally look like a championship team, a Champion League team playing in the Premier League. And it makes your head scratch. It makes you scratch your head because you're like, what is going on with this team? This team has a star-studded team, and they're doing this, and it makes me too just be like, what the heck is going on with them? So that is what's going on with Arsenal. I think that they are going to have a pretty good year. I think they are going to have a hit in a way for a year, not a miss. So I think they will finish in 6th place because last year they did finish in 8th, and I think they're going to move up 2 positions. And now finishing in 5th place, you guys, I have Leicester City. Last year they did finish in Leicester City, and I believe that the year before that they finished in 5th too. So three-peat for 5th place, you guys. I think they're going to do that because they have the same team. They really do. And I think that they have the team that can stay ahead of Arsenal, Aston Villa, Spurs, Leeds. I think they have the team that stay in front of all those guys. And I like their team. It is going to be a high-scoring team, like an entertaining team like they always are. So it's a team to watch. And now we go to 4th place. In 4th place, you guys, we have Man United. They have to go and get Sancho. They went and got some great pickups. And most people have these guys finishing 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. I have them finishing 4th. But I think it's a battle between these top 4 teams. These top 4 teams, it's going to be any of these teams can win this league. Any of them. I mean that genuinely. These teams are very good. All 4 of these teams. It's going to be such a close battle to get to be in 1st place and to get into 1st place. And it's going to be one of those years where if you win, you deserved it more than anything because you grinded out with these top 4 teams. And I think Man United is going to finish in 4th. But I will not be surprised if they win it because they do have a very good team, just like all the other 3 teams in the top 4. And now we go to number 3. We have Liverpool. Liverpool finished in 3rd place last year, but this is one of those challenging ones where I was thinking about putting Man United over Liverpool and flip-flop them and put Liverpool 4th and then put Man United 3rd. But I just don't. They're so close to me in my opinion. So I just don't really know. So that's why I just kept it the way I had it from the first time I did it. So I just kept it. Liverpool, only question with me with Liverpool is if Van Dijk is going to be okay. Because if Van Dijk is not isn't Van Dijk, then they aren't going to do as good as they could. That's my only fear. Is he going to come back 100% or is he going to be 90, 80, like something like that? Because if you're Liverpool, you want him as 100% because you don't want to risk him getting injured again. That's why I say Liverpool will finish in 3rd place. And now going to 2nd place, we have Chelsea. Chelsea last year finished in 4th place. And this year I think they're going to finish in 2nd because they went out and picked up Lukaku. Reunion because he played there before and now he's back. And I think that it was a great pickup for them to add that to that lineup. They have a great lineup. It's a great high-powering offense that is going to score a lot of goals. And it's going to be an amazing thing to watch. They're going to be a very exciting team to watch, you guys. Especially with the addition of Lukaku. I cannot wait to see Chelsea. I think they will finish in 2nd. And they think they could they're just like Liverpool, Man United, and Man City. Those 4 teams right there, you guys, are so close that it's not even funny. And now we go to number 1. Who will be winning the Premier League this year? Who will it be? Well, you guys, I got Man City winning the Premier League back to back. They're going to win it for the 2nd straight year after the addition of Grealish. They did a great addition right there. That's a great pickup. And then there's rumors going around that they're going to go and pick up Kane. If they go and pick up Harry Kane, I'm sorry. I think that means they will solidify themselves for winning the league this year if they pick up Kane. If they don't, then it's going to be like I said. Those top 4 teams, you guys, are going to battle. It's going to be a huge, huge battle between those top 4 teams, and it already is. Yes, I know I am late for this video. I apologize that I am late letting this video out. But you guys, I know you guys are loving this video because I'm loving it. And you guys hit that like button. The goal for today's video is 4. Hit that like button, please. Also hit that subscribe button. Join the KBN Sports Talk family. And don't be afraid to comment what your opinion is in the comments, you guys. Let me know. And until next time, see ya!